Phil, Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2 came out. 2 mixed results. Look, you look at the IMDb scores. Episode 5 is, I think, like an 8.7. Episode, I lost my count, 6 was like a 9. Episode 7, 5 point something? My IMDb was glitched. Did they stop letting people review it on IMDb? Because mine was stuck at an 8. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, 8, they don't have any reviews for.
I saw people posting everywhere. Lowest rated episode of the season,
I think
5.6 or something like that. I think they blocked it too, probably due to a lot of review bombing because of a very specific scene in the show. But I think there's a lot to talk about.
7, my bad. It's not blocked.
Okay.
It's still there.
Cool. I think there's a lot to talk about with this episode, or with these 3 episodes. So I don't really want to do like I guess we can give number scores, but I kind of want to talk more about like what's going on with the controversy and what you think.
Yeah.
So just give me off the bat, what was your number score? Really fast. Just say it.
Just for the whole thing?
Yeah. Episodes 5 through 7.
I'm pretty low on this. I'm not
You're
gonna
pretty
lie,
low.
man.
Okay.
So I'm going to go for Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2. I'm going to give it a 6.
Okay.
I'm going to go for 6.
I'm still pretty high on it. I liked it actually, but I understand some of the criticism.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say an 8. Sue me, kill me, Stranger Things, Crocs and all. You can sue me. I don't care. I really don't. Here's the thing. There's some things we need to talk about. There needs to be a conversation about directors talking about their shows. We saw it with James Gunn when he said this is the best thing I've ever done. And people were like, people talking about their feelings is lame. And people hated it. And that's the lowest episode of the show. The Duffer Brothers said we were gonna have a dark Christmas. I didn't have a dark Christmas.
Yeah.
Nothing really. We're gonna go full spoilers. We're just gonna talk. We're just hanging out, guys. We're just hanging out. I'm assuming you watched it. It wasn't that dark.
It really wasn't.
Nobody even died.
Yeah.
Except the military people that freaking Nancy Wheeler just murdered. And I was like,
bro,
whoa.
she turned into Rambo,
Dude,
bro. She
I was
went
like,
nuts.
I was like, whoa. You mean to tell me this just like previously graduated high schooler is mowing down military people?
She a marksman now,
I don't know
bro.
about all that. But I do think people are pointing out some of the wrong things. I think a lot of people are saying the writing has gone downhill. Phil, you watched season 1. Do you think so? You could be honest. I want to know.
No,
I kind of want to talk
because
about it. Like, I'm really curious.
Yeah, the thing with me with this whole thing, I don't know if it's a writing problem. I think it's just well, you know what, maybe it is a writing problem. It doesn't feel like certain situations that are having talking moments should be talking moments. And it feels like the mood isn't right sometimes. Also, I don't feel the danger. So I recently rewatched season 1 of Stranger Things. I understand why people are so mad now. Stranger Things season 1 is way different than what this is. Like, way different. And I'm going to say it's much better. It's much better. The mood is actually, somebody described it as a psychological thriller with some horror aspects. Very more like, you saw Prisoners, right? It honestly gives that type of vibe. This doesn't have that. This is way more like silly now, way more fun. And I guess I shouldn't be mad about that. I feel like for some people they do need that. But to me, especially after the way we ended on Stranger Things season 4, doesn't really mesh with me well. So I don't know if I can say that the writing is the problem, because there are some scenes where there are talking points that are really good, but it just doesn't feel like it's the right moment for that. I feel like the first part of it, volume 1, was the right time to do this. But for volume 2, I felt like we kind of had to go. Like it was more like the danger should be everywhere
Very
now.
present, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So volume 1, not bad. Not bad at all. Perfect where they had these talking moments at. Volume 2 should have died down a little bit on that. Should have died down.
Okay, so we could take this in a few places.
Yeah.
I think for one, I think the Duff brothers need to shut up. I think they need to shut up. Just stop talking. What are you talking about? Like, I feel like you're lying. But I think also, I want to know, do you think the volume split up kind of screwed itself? Like, do you think if we just kind of had all of it, we'd be a lot more higher on it? Because we'd watch all of it together and we'd be like, oh, that felt a lot more like one big thing as opposed to its own sections.
I'm not going to lie. I think the volume setup is helping, at least with me, because me knowing that there is a 2-hour and 30-minute finale that can probably make this all better is keeping me in the loop.
Is it 2:30 or is it just 2?
Maybe 2 hours. My
Regardless,
bad.
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
A long episode, but if this all were to come out at once, I feel like that'd make it a little worse because then you have, I want to say, episodes 1 through 3, which people went so high on, but episode 4 people love, and then you have episodes 5 and 6, and then 7, which people really don't like. I feel like if they had that mix of watching all those episodes and then finishing the season, I feel like it would be a lot of negative stuff.
I think to me though, it just feels like a lot of the criticism is coming from episode 7.
I've been hearing the overall season.
I thought episode 6 was great.
I thought it was okay.
I loved it. I don't know. I think my problems, because I think there are problems. I'm not gonna like glaze this show forever. I really like Stranger Things. I think it's valid. I saw people point out in like the thing that I made where I felt like the show's kind of always stayed similar. If you're telling me this, I heard other people telling me this too. Like it was different. Maybe it was. And honestly, you're probably right. And maybe I'm wrong. I just haven't seen it in so long. I grew up watching this show, and I think that's why it always felt fairly samey to me, that I just kind of watched it progress in this way that felt natural. But I do think people are pointing out scenes that are poorly acted, that are rough, and I don't think the acting is that great. I think Millie Bobby Brown needs work, for sure. I think she needs work. I think Noah Schnapp, I'm going to give him some love in a little bit, but I think he needs work.
Yeah.
I think Finn Wolfhard, I don't know how good he is in other things. I think he needs work.
I haven't seen him in a lot besides Ghostbusters, and this. So I don't know.
I want to give these 3 people all the love. I'm forgetting the actor for Lucas. Caleb McLaughlin.
Yep.
He deserves. He's so good. He's so talented. Sadie Sink, we all knew she was talented.
Oh, yeah.
She's so talented.
Big time.
And Gaten Matarazzo is so talented. I think them 3, they are clear that they have really not perfected, but they've gotten so good at their craft where they can they can act fairly well. I think these other kids, I don't think they can really act, if I'm being honest. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm some great actor. That's the truth. I can't do your job. That's why I'm sitting here talking about your job. But the truth is, I think it's hard to watch the show now because when they're kids, you give them a lot more grace.
Yeah.
Like they're little kids. It's like they're going to act like little kids and that's how it's going to play off. Now they're grown people. They're my age. And it's like, I don't know about all this. I don't think the writing is awful. I understand the people talking about like it feels like the dread isn't there. Like I'm not worried. But I don't know. I kind of do. Like Vecna kind of has everything he needs. He has the control of the kids. His plan is laid out. We understand what it is for the most part. There's still that like ever living, like he's aware that Will has the ability to control him.
Yeah.
And I think he knows. Look, I hope the show does a thing where he seems like he's aware. If the show is smart, Vecna knew that what he was doing was getting Will like, hey, we're going to tap you into my power. And now I'm going to be able to control you.
Yeah.
If the show's smart, it'll do that. I think my problems with the show are a lot of the dialogue with how they figure out plans. Like I told you off camera, I love making fun of it. It's like, shoo. Guys, shoo, that's it. We got it. And it feels like every single second they are doing that.
Yeah.
And I think for the past 3 seasons, season 3, 4, 5, I think very much have that energy. But since this is the final season and we're figuring out a lot more things, everything is being explained like that. And I'm like, dude, stop. Please stop. Like, okay, I get it. Jeez. But I think the reveal of the Upside Down was really cool.
That was a very
and
cool
I
scene.
love
Very
that,
cool.
like the shot of it, like showing as a wormhole. I thought that was awesome. I was like, dude, yes, like there we go, like great.
And then what was the matter called? The
whatever, antimatter.
Antimatter that blew up. I thought that was a cool scene.
Cool scene, yeah. And I think a lot of people pointing out awful acting moments. I think the scene with Steve and Dustin is both of them when they fight and when they like hug each other, and at the end was great.
I liked it.
So
I liked
great.
that scene.
I was like, dude, I got chills. I was like, this is so good. I think the scene with Nancy and Jonathan, a little confusing, and I saw a lot of people saying bad writing, but I think it's fairly clear what happened. I did ask my cousin the question, like, hey, they did break up, right? Like, that's what it was.
They broke up.
And maybe if that's what you have to ask, then I say, that's a dumb, like, that means it's bad. And I go, maybe, but I think it was pretty well acted, and I felt something.
And exactly why I hate love triangles now. That's been the answer for a lot of love triangles I've been seeing lately. It's just, you're going to pick him or him, and
she
then
just
it's
goes
like
by herself.
nobody.
I called
And I'm
it.
like,
I
come
called
on.
that though. It
I
seemed
just-
like that's where
I'm
that was
getting
going.
tired of it. That's why I was
fair.
getting
And that's
annoyed
fair.
with
Like, just
it.
make up your mind. But I love that scene. I think it was really good, and it's like, hey, we only love each other because of the shared trauma that we always talk about. And I think that's really like I was like, wow, good job. I like that they did that. The scene where Noah Schnapp, two of them for me. I don't love him I don't think he's the best actor. But the scene when he's controlling Vecna and he's like, Max, run! So good. I was like, yes. I felt the dread in that moment. Like Vecna is scary. Like when he shows up and then he switches to like the
nasty looking
nasty
Vecna?
look, and then and then he's big monster. Super good. So strong. The conversation with Max and Holly, so good. I thought it was really good. I know people say, why didn't she run? Why are they doing a full talking session? It's because they figured it out. Can I ask what you didn't like about it?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. That scene I really did not like.
Why?
Here's the thing. So I'm part of the crowd where it's like I really don't feel the danger, and that was one of the scenes where I'm like, they could have done this after they got out or something. They could have figured it out because here's the thing. When you got Vecna right behind you or something and you're in Vecna's world, in my opinion, once again, I don't know too much about Stranger Things, but it was very annoying to just have them. If you want to have a second to talk, like real quick, like 2 seconds, 5 seconds, just be like, okay, find me, do this, and then do that. I can live with that. But it was a long talk where it's like, I feel like you just need to go and run. Because also the music, you don't know if it's going to cut out or not. So I feel like that should have also been in their heads where it's like, I just got to go. And just having that talk in that moment, I was like, I need y'all to run.
It's important to mention, though, that Max realizes she never needed the music. That was the point. Like, she doesn't need the music. She just needed Lucas to be there for him.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why Holly's like, hey, I don't have a boyfriend. And she's like, okay, then what's the thing that holds you? And it was like the necklace. Like, that's what makes her strong. And I feel like that was the moment, and that's supposed to be the realization. I understand the Vecna thing, but also Vecna wasn't near them at that point.
But that's what I'm
like,
saying,
he was gone.
bro. Like, that's
and they were in a place where they were never, he wasn't going to go there.
But that's my problem with this whole world that they're in. It always felt like there was danger wherever they were. If they even stopped for a couple of seconds, like, you should worry. With that scene, it was like, well, what's the point then? Because season 4 ended on a fact that anywhere they are, any second they take up, it's dangerous for the rest of the time. Them to have that much time to talk really annoyed the crap out of me.
But like they were in one of those like only moments where they are safe because that entire memory sequence they aren't safe. Like Vecna is finding them, and then when he does, they get away and they go into the place he's never gonna go. So there was nothing to worry about. You know, like that was established. That was well established that he wasn't gonna go there. He doesn't like that place.
Okay.
So that's why they have
know that.
time. And look, I feel like that's fair. It definitely plays off weird, but I don't think it's fair to like diminish the show's quality on that. And I think the next thing that people are diminishing the show's quality on is Will's coming out scene, which I think is probably one of his best acting performances in that show. And I looked at my brother, I was like, we were making fun. He'd say things, I'm like, bruh, like, come on. But that scene, I looked at my brother, I was like, dude, it's clear that this man can act when he like understands what, like he gets it, when he can relate to it, because like that's him, you know, like Noah Schnapp is gay, and he was able to play off that scene a lot better because he has that experience, he's lived that experience, and it was a great scene. People pointing out it's like, oh yeah, he needed to be gay to like beat Vecna. No. That's not what it was.
Man.
It was that Vecna manipulates people and makes them see their biggest fears.
Yeah.
His biggest fear is him being rejected by everyone he loves.
Yeah.
So he needs to say how he's feeling and what he's going through so that there's no fear going in.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that weird.
Wait,
right? Like, I don't think
I don't think it's weird.
Well, so many people are saying it's dumb and weird, and that doesn't make any sense.
I thought it was actually a pretty good scene.
Right?
Like, I differ from everybody else because everybody posting about that scene, to me, when Noah Schnapp Will was talking the way he was, I actually thought it was pretty real because I feel like a person would be that shaky and
It
would
felt
be
real.
very like personal when he was bringing up those moments. Somebody brought up an interesting theory where I actually got way more interested in that come out scene, but I think it was the right pattern of talk. I think it was the right moment maybe to talk about that because once again, you're going into the upside down or the
Abyss.
The abyss. There we go. The abyss. Like you don't know if you're gonna live or die coming back. So I feel like why not just tell your friends like something that's important to you. Like
Yeah.
I didn't think it was as bad as people were talking about it. I think it
Not
was
at
okay.
all.
I think it was a legitimate moment, and I feel like it was a real moment.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy, so I asked other people like that I know watch it that are I think more critical than I am. I think I am a little. I can be critical. I think we established that. But there's things that I'm biased towards, and I love Stranger Things. So I was asking people that like I know watched it, like, hey, what'd you think of this scene? Oh, I liked it. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm not hearing a lot of hate from normal people. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Look, I want to give a shout out to a specific podcast that I think covered Stranger Things pretty well. The Escape podcast did a really great job of talking about the show and its problems. I agree with the problems. Again, I agree with them not killing off a character is dumb. I'm at the point where if they don't kill off a character, I don't think I'd be upset, but I wouldn't be mad at people.
Upset.
And I wouldn't be mad at people for thinking that. I think that's so valid. I wouldn't be upset, but I think that is weird.
Yeah.
Like, you can't talk about people dying and then not kill anyone off. They said it was going to be a bloodbath and nobody has died.
Really.
So weird. I don't really like, I do think the way they explain things is kind of funny and cringy sometimes. Yeah, wholeheartedly. I don't think it's the best.
Popcorn.
Guys, we have to defeat Vecna by heating him up a Demogorgon. Like, guys, that's dumb for sure. But I like the show a lot. And I think the final episode 7, does a really good job of setting it up for the ending. And I think it's everything set up. They're all in the Upside Down. It's one of the only times the whole cast is together. And I think now we're going to get to like the big, interesting battle stuff.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to Volume 2. And I just feel disappointed, but I'm excited for whatever's going to happen in this final episode. But I do think at the end of it, I'm going to put season 4 still as the best.
For sure. Yeah. Good last episode, not crazy, should have been crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah.